Welcome to a Legendarium episode about the giant crocodiles of prehistoric Earth. In this episode, we will talk about some of the most terrifying predators ever to roam the face of our planet. Of the many species on Earth today that trace their ancestry back to prehistoric times, evolution has likely touched crocodiles the least. Along with pterosaurs and dinosaurs, crocodiles were an offshoot of the archosaurs, the ruling lizards of the early to middle Triassic period, 200 million years ago. By the late Cretaceous, some of these crocodilians grew to terrifying size. First on the list comes the relatively puny Rhamposuchus, which clocked in at an average of 32 feet long. By comparison, the saltwater crocodile today grows to a mere 25 feet long, making it the largest crocodile today. Previously, scientists believed that Rhamposuchus was the largest prehistoric crocodile ever, but not anymore. The first men to study Rhamposuchus believed it stretched a staggering 60 feet in length and weighed 20 tons. However, a more recent study suggests that the animal may have been 32 feet in length and therefore is not the largest known crocodilian. Rhamposuchus dwelled in what is now the Indian subcontinent during the Miocene about 8 million years ago. It is only known from incomplete sets of fossils, mostly teeth and pieces of skull. The Purussaurus grew about 36 feet long and was a caiman rather than a crocodilian. It lived in South America during the Miocene epoch 8 million years ago. It is known from skull material found in the Brazilian, Colombian, and Peruvian Amazonia. To support its immense weight, it had a very unusual spine with extra vertebrae in its pelvic area and one less in its trunk. Scientists believe this is how the crocodile could carry all its weight. Purussaurus is one of the largest known such creatures to have existed, but only one of its skulls have been found, and the actual length is debated. Some earlier scientists estimated its length at 41 feet, but most scientists and experts are doubtful about such a size now. The size and estimated strength of this animal appear to have allowed it to hunt a wide range of prey, making it an apex predator in its ecosystem. As an adult, it would have preyed upon large vertebrates with no real competition from smaller carnivores. Mourasuchus grew about 39 feet long, one of the largest prehistoric crocodiles. Mourasuchus is an extinct genus of the giant crocodilians that lived in modern-day South America during the Miocene. With an estimated length of up to 12 meters long, Mourasuchus ranked as one of the biggest crocodiles of all time. Yet Mourasuchus had a relatively weak jaw and skull combined with small teeth relative to its size. Its skull has been described as duck-like, being broad, flat, and elongated. These make paleontologists inclined to believe that it could not wrestle large prey into the water. Instead, it likely obtained its food by filter feeding and probing the bottoms of lakes and rivers. Paleontologists have found its fossils in Peru, where it coexisted with many other huge crocodilians, including the giant gharial Rhamposuchus and the alligatorid Purussaurus. Next comes Deinosuchus, which grew up to 39 feet long. Deinosuchus is an extinct genus but related to the alligators who lived during the late Cretaceous period. Its name translates as terrible crocodile, and the name is well deserved. Archaeologists found the first remains of this monster in North Carolina during the 1850s, and though the genus would not be named and described until 1909, Deinosuchus grew far larger than any modern crocodile or alligator. It weighed as much as 8.5 tons. In appearance, it would have looked like its smaller relation still living today, the alligators, and as an apex predator, it could kill and eat large dinosaurs, though it also fed on sea turtles, fish, and anything else it could get its jaws on. A special plate with holes in it allowed this croc to breathe while completely underwater. Though about the same length as Mourasuchus, it had more length and bite force. It bit with bone-shattering power, estimated at 50,000 newtons, compared to the 35,000 for a Tyrannosaurus. A modern saltwater crocodile has a bite force of only 16,000 newtons. Sarchosuchus Imperator, which translates as Flesh Crocodile the Conqueror, grew to be 41 feet long and thus has become known as Super Croc. Throughout its life, it kept growing steadily, even growing new armored plates as it did so. It is an extinct crocodilian and a distant relative of crocodiles that lived 112 million years ago. Recent estimates suggest that the largest Imperator specimen had a body weight of 10 tons, dwarfing other creatures on this list. Fish are easy prey for small crocodiles, but as they grow larger, they need more to survive. So they likely began including dinosaurs in their diets as well. As seen in crocodiles today, Sarchosuchus may have left the water to scavenge the kills of larger dinosaurs as well. Although it is unlikely that Sarchosuchus deliberately hunted dinosaurs, there is no reason it had to tolerate competing predators in its area, and a full-grown super croc would have been more than capable of breaking the neck of a large theropod, such as the contemporary fish-eating Spinosaurus, the biggest meat-eating dinosaur that ever lived. Since its eyes rolled up and down rather than left to right, scholars believe it spent most of its time in the water, waiting for something foolish enough to approach its 41-foot form. That wraps things up for this episode of the Legendarium. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, press like. If you want to see more, press subscribe. And if you've got anything to say, let me know in the comments section. Thanks again for joining me, and I hope that you have a great rest of the day.